Limits are walls built of fear. They look solid, but crumble when discipline strikes again and again. Every limit you feel is a lie whispered by weakness, begging you to stay small and invisible. Comfort paints limits as protection, but in truth, they are cages that steal your future. The chains of doubt tighten daily unless you break them with the hammer of consistent action. Limits disguise themselves as safety, but they only protect mediocrity, never greatness. The moment you face fear head on, you realize limits were illusions fading into smoke. Pain is not the wall, it is the doorway. Step through it, and new strength is revealed. The body screams, the mind protests, but discipline whispers, go further than before. Your limits end where your courage begins. Fear sets the line, but bravery erases it. Every extra step beyond exhaustion is proof that your limits were never truly real. Greatness is found just past the edge of your comfort, where limits collapse and die. The weak accept limits as truth. The strong see them as lies, waiting to be shattered. The world bows to those who refuse to believe in ceilings built by fear and doubt. Pain is temporary thunder, but the power born from breaking limits echoes forever. Discipline is the sword that cuts through every false barrier your mind invents. The hard path is not the end of you. It is the rebirth of the version without limits. Excuses love limits because they thrive in boundaries. Warriors destroy them daily. The man who breaks limits becomes untouchable, feared not for strength, but for will. Limits exist only to be broken. They challenge you to rise where others choose to fall. Remember, this will break your limits if you dare to fight, endure, and rise again. The silent battle begins when no one is watching, when the world sleeps, and only your will remains awake. Limits whisper, loudest in solitude, urging you to quit, while discipline calls you deeper into the fight. Every morning is a secret war between the comfort of the bed and the warrior rising to break chains. The world will never see the battles you fight in silence, but it will witness the strength they create. In darkness, weakness grows bold, but in darkness also rises the man who dares to fight without praise. Every time you resist the urge to stop, you carve strength into your soul, unseen but unbreakable forever. Silence is the forge where warriors are built. Every hidden struggle adds armor to your inner core. Discipline does not shout. It whispers steady commands, while excuses scream and beg for attention. The silent battle is not glamorous, but it is the birthplace of strength that destroys false limits. No enemy is greater than the voice inside. Defeat it, and every external obstacle falls powerless. Those who win unseen battles walk the earth with power, carrying storms within their steady hearts. Remember, limits die in silence, in the dark hours. When you choose discipline instead of surrender, pain is not your enemy. It is the hidden architect shaping strength where weakness once controlled you. Every burn in your muscles is a message, reminding you that growth is born from discomfort and fire. Pain strips away illusions, tearing down excuses until only the raw truth of effort remains alive. Those who run from pain remain trapped in fragility. Those who embrace it ascend into warriors. Pain is temporary thunder, loud and violent, but its echo leaves unshakable strength behind forever. The scars you carry are living proof that you endured fire and turned suffering into resilience. Without pain, There is no discipline, no growth, no crown. Comfort breeds only weakness and fear. Pain humbles the arrogant, silences the doubters, and reveals who truly deserves to rise higher. Each drop of sweat is currency. You pay today with effort, tomorrow you collect power eternal. Pain is a teacher, cruel in tone, but honest in lesson, gifting strength to those who refuse retreat. The truth is simple. Pain will leave, but the man it shapes will remain forever carved in stone. Remember, pain exists to guide, not to destroy. Endure it, and your limits will shatter completely. Freedom is not found in comfort. It is earned through the discipline that commands every decision. Without discipline, you are enslaved by impulse, chained to fleeting desires that vanish like smoke. Discipline feels heavy today, but its weight is lighter than the regret you will carry for life. Freedom is not the absence of rules. It is the mastery of self that only discipline can create. Those who follow every impulse believe they are free, but they are prisoners of weakness. True freedom is walking with head high, guided not by desire, but by unshakable discipline. Discipline unlocks the gates to freedom. Each act of control opens a door laziness kept shut. Comfort whispers liberty, but its trap chains you to mediocrity, while discipline cuts you free. Discipline is not a prison. It is a crown that gives men the right to command their own fate. Without self-control, freedom collapses into chaos. With discipline, it becomes destiny. The man who commands himself is free from doubt, free from chains, free from invisible prisons. Remember, freedom is never gifted, it is conquered daily through the discipline of hard choices. The warrior does not seek the easy road. He embraces the hard path where limits are broken daily. He rises before dawn, sharpening his will through repetition, while the world hides in comfort. His armor is built from habits, each action a shield forged to protect him against weakness. The warrior's sword is discipline, cutting through fear, excuses, and every false boundary. Each sacrifice is a brick laid on the road of greatness, where only the strong dare to walk. He knows pain as a companion, not an enemy. It walks beside him, teaching power through fire. The warrior accepts solitude. Silence is his ally, sharpening focus when the world is loud. When he falls, he does not despair. He rises stronger, turning every failure into more resolve. His battlefield is time itself. Every hour defended becomes sacred ground no enemy can steal. He does not chase applause. His victories are carved in the scars, not in empty recognition. The warrior's path is narrow, steep, and merciless, but it creates men who cannot be broken. Remember, only those who walk the warrior's path discover the power to break all limits. Limits are illusions, fragile walls built by fear. When challenged with discipline, they crumble fast. The hard path is brutal, but it forges strength eternal. While the easy road leaves men fragile, pain will fade like thunder in the distance, but the strength it gave you will echo forever. Every scar on your body is proof you refused surrender, proof you shattered the chains of fear. Excuses will beg for your attention, but warriors ignore them, choosing power over weakness. Greatness belongs not to those who seek comfort, but to those who break limits in silence daily. The man who defeats himself cannot be defeated by the world. His will becomes unshakable steel. Freedom is not granted by chance. It is conquered each day By the discipline to endure pain, the limits you break today become the strength that carries you through storms tomorrow. Share your battles in the comments. Your scars may ignite courage in someone else's war. Subscribe now and walk with warriors. Here we break excuses, crush limits, and forge power. Remember, pain is temporary. Limits are lies. But the power you build will stand forever.